All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Enter the Farplane. This is Enter the Farplane number 6. Even though I know I screwed up last week and said number 4, got it right this time. So anyway, yeah, this is episode 6. And we have, of course, Clegg Uzolt. I'm gonna go ahead and pan over to him real quick. There he is, that crazy dude with his. I think that's Goku. God Goku? Word. And you got myself. You got myself, Clegg, or not Clegg, wow. Tech Maki. And tonight, yeah, that's right, Clegg Maki. We're going to be talking about the banner, Crystal Tower, a little bit of stuff from last week, see what we can do about that, and maybe some future speculation of units, and, regular Q&A. So I'm going to let Clegg start this thing off with his banner pulls, since I know he just got done with those about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing of this banner, pretty crazy. I think it has really good rate ups, especially for Refia. I feel like everybody's gotten Refia. Obviously, there are going to be a few outliers, but I did 411 pulls, and I think I got 4 Refias possibly from that. I got a bunch of Arc. I got Ingus. I got a bunch of Ingus also, and then I got 1 Lunith. I did get lucky enough to pull another 5-star base. Got my Lunith. Felt good, man. But the prize for me was Refia as being one of the best healers we're gonna have for a long time coming. So that was pretty cool.
Word. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, what pull did you get Lunith on?
My third 11 pull, I think. And I just did the 4th one because I promised I'd do it. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people get it though. KBP got it, I think, on his 3rd pull. I share a lot of people who have been pulling it, so it's been actually kind of crazy.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I'm not sure what that noise is that's in the background. There's something strange on your side, but either way, we'll figure that out as we go through. Sounds like somebody's playing Mortal Kombat there. It's very.
Is what?
Sounds like Mortal Kombat. I'm not sure why. It could be my connection to Discord. Anyway, besides the point. So yeah, I haven't done my banner pulls yet, but I am very much looking forward to getting Refia, that 6-star goodness. Tell us a little bit about these units, man. Tell us a little bit about these units.
All right, so essentially this banner is one of the best banners we've had, guys. I have my banner review up, but Ingus is coming at you. Ingus is a red mage. He does have full break. And coming in at 3-star for a full break with a rate up. If you don't have a full break unit, it's time to grab one up. He's got not the best magic, not the best curing abilities, but he brings that to your team along with full break. So a nice little support you guys can pick up. Next up would be Arc. I think is the best mage right now in global due to the fact that he has dual black magic cast, so essentially he's going to be better than your Xdeath and your Kefka right now because he can just automatically be casting double spells without having dual cast put on him. So that opens up another materia slot for maybe magic up, things like that. If you had to put dual cast on your Xdeath or dual cast on your Kefka, that he probably can even have more magic due to that. Also, he has Firaga where Kefka does not, so that's what makes him pretty strong right now. So I'd say this banner is bringing us a lot of top tier units right there. Boom, Arc at the top of the mages. Moving on, we have Refia. I think the first good 6-star healer we've gotten. I'm not going to say WWF is good. A lot of people out there are making cases for it, and I understand that. But now that Refia is here, it's time to forget about safety code finish. She's gone, in my opinion.
I want to know, how can you make a case for WWF?
They're trying hard. They're trying really hard. They say if you, but there's specific examples of, if you have it with Cecil, then her Kiraga can heal where you need it to, and then Cecil can cover the AoE hills, things like that. So, I don't know. They're just making cases for it. But with Refia, she's going to be one of the best healers for a while to come. So that's awesome. So again, now we have another unit topping the chart. And then Lunith hits us. Lunith being a physical damage dealer, gets dual just like Lightning. The only thing Lunith lacks, Lunith does a little bit more physical damage straight on single target. He lacks a little bit of AoE, elemental chaining like Lightning has, but he's tied with Lightning in a lot of people's minds as being the best physical damage unit on global right now. So besides Ingus, who is just pretty much there for the people who didn't get full break, anything you pull in this banner is going to probably be an upgrade on your team. More than likely, right? So that's what makes this banner so good. So that's how I feel about it, Tech.
Am I still stuck on... I think I'm still stuck on this WWF thing. I am very unsure how anyone can... I mean, situationally, could she be really good? Maybe. I just don't get it, man. I'm sorry. I heard everything you said about Lunith and Refia and Ignis. And Arc, of course, Arc, even though... there's a debate to be had on that one, but I need to do further testing, running through the calculator and seeing which units can be the absolute top tier at this moment compared to Arc. But I will stand by your judgment at this moment. But can we hate on WWF? As a matter of fact, since we're actually here, since we're talking about I'm talking about WWF, let's also go back and talk about the Halloween banner and the Halloween event that just went by. I know it's done, it's over, but you can still do your turn-ins. Over there, right?
For a week, right? We have a week for turn-ins, I think.
Yeah.
At this point, I guess people just have leftover candy, and maybe they're thinking of what they could spend it on. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, like what would you suggest? I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but what do you suggest people do with their candy right now if they've gotten all they could?
I would say if you have all the candy, you still have candy left over, get the 6-star materials you may need to get Refia, Lunith, and COD up, and then after that, sell your candy. Sell it. Sell it for Gil, man. It's worth so much Gil. That's where I would be. You could also just get more 6-star materials. That's always an option. Stocking up is not a bad idea, but you're always gonna have more 6-star materials to get in the future. It's not like there's gonna be a huge drought. I'm sure not this week, but next week we'll have another Mod King event where you can get more 6-star materials. So it's up to you. Selling it for Gil you may need in the future for enhancements, or getting more 6-star materials really that is determined by the player and how they play the game. Those are my two things I would do.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody who's played Skyrim or any of those other games that encourage you to become a pack rat, you can always save them for next year. That's very possible that Square Enix might recycle that.
Damn, that'd be crazy.
Unlikely. I might actually save a couple for next year just to see what happens. But I'm probably going to sell a good chunk of mine as well, because the enhancements should be dropping before next Halloween. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe this would be another chance next year for us to get those shitty-ass Conehead peoples, But in case anybody hadn't realized, since the Halloween event ended yesterday, well, I guess technically this morning, right before maintenance, that was your last shot at getting any of those crappy units.
They're gone.
They're gone forever, hopefully. Yes, indeed. And maybe next time we'll get a freaking pumpkin head Cecil or something, Yeah, and of course it'll be drawn by their shitty little interns. That made Edge. But anyway, there's that. So Halloween's event's over. We're gonna go ahead and get back onto the current banner. So Refia, man, you got Refia. How excited are you to have her, though?
I think Refia is I'm obviously, because of my account, people are going to be more excited for Lunith maybe over Refia if their account didn't have a great physical damage dealer. For me, finally having a support I know is going to be good for a while, a support I want to put dual cast on, I'm pretty excited about the tech. I'm going to be honest. Plus, have you seen her victory animation?
No, I have not.
It's awesome, dude. It is awesome. I think if I'm thinking of the right one, it's like a chocobo comes out, she starts petting it, and it starts rubbing its head against her. It's pretty cute. Aww. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Beautiful. All right, I can dig that, man. I'm just really excited for her being taking the spot of Lena. I did my farewell to Lena on the stream last night. Gave her a moment of silence. Yes.
We'll see you later.
Bon voyage, Lena. Yep, never gonna be using you. At least not in the near future. But Lunith now. So Lunith is another big one, and we were talking about him a little bit. How do you feel about Lunith now that you've got him? Are you excited, or is it kind of meh for you?
Well, for me, it's kind of weird. I don't like Delita, so I'm definitely taking Delita off my team. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he functions. That's why I put Lunith on. But I am still a fan of Lightning. Certain people will say Lunith is better than Lightning. I think Lightning's better still. The ability to AoE Elemental Chain is always going to be nice. And Lunith does hit a little bit harder on single target, his single target move. But in the end, plus I'm one of the strange people that like Lightning Sprite more than Lunith. A lot of people love Lunith Sprite. I actually I'm a Lightning I like the Lightning Sprite. So I don't know. What about you, Tech? How do you feel about all that stuff?
Honestly, I'm kind of on the same page as you. Maybe it's because I was looking forward to, even though I didn't like Final Fantasy 13 as much as some other people. I am a big fan of Lightning in other games. When she makes appearances in Record Keeper 14 and this game, she is always more enjoyable. And I find her sprite looks, like snazzy for me. I think her moves are awesome. She has a full range of elemental skills. She has Crushing Blow, which is the equivalent of, I don't remember what the skill is for Lunith. And I mean, he looks cool too with his dual wielding, actual dual wielding sprite. But yeah, those elemental abilities, I think they make her shine a little bit more than he does. I mean, if you're stressing over the difference between maybe 1,000 damage, maybe, then cool for you. But Lightning does seem like the better unit. So if you do happen to pull her at some point, you should be very, very happy. Yes. So that's my thing about Lunith. I don't know, man. Like I am excited for him.
Right.
I'm just not
he has a dank TM. His TM is pretty awesome.
His TM is amazing. I mean
that's something else we didn't even bring up, are the TMs for these units. Like they're actually all pretty strong.
That's true. Lunith has a Celestial Glove, which is what, plus 30 to all stats?
I think so.
Right?
We might.
I'm sorry, plus 30 to attack, magic, defense, and spirit. I think, right?
Yeah.
Not HP MP, but
no, just the full break stats.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that is a decent replacement if you farm that shit up for a bracer. It gives you all stats. You know what I mean? Minus.
Sure. There are certain units that'll want 15% HP, but for the most part, enjoying that all those other buff stats. I mean, I think it's better for sure.
Yeah, and then you have Arc has a staff, right? Best staff in the game for mages.
Yeah, right now, Arc, of course, another best staff in the game for mages coming out again the next week. It seems like every week Tech to throw in some new awesome mage weapon on us. Yeah, it's called Omni Rod.
What is it? It's a very
the Gravity Rod. They want everybody to remember Gravity Rod. They're like, everybody who bitched about Gravity Rod, it's never existed. Never existed. Totally, it's not real. But it's a 91 mag staff, attack 20. It's pretty sick.
It is. It kind of is. And then I'm trying to think. I think Refia has a TM called Mentality, right?
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, it's plus 20 spirit and plus.
MP 20%, spirit 30.
Okay, 30. My bad.
Yeah, and these can stack up, so
yes, they
you
can.
put 4 of them on a mage, and it's gonna be crazy.
Pretty amazing. It will. It really will. I think that's a character that's worth TM farming separately. And I think it'll be really nice for a healer too. Like that is beautiful for a healer. Replaces
all those beautiful. Increase your
all those
AP.
piece of shit freaking 10% spirits that we've been dropping on people, or at least I know I have been dropping on people. Does it compare to lunge combo? I don't know.
For healers,
I'm sorry, not lunge combo. I'm sorry, sticky fingers. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah. I was like, lunge combo for healers. I think I want to run under mentality. Anybody else? Lunge combo seems pretty sick.
No. Sticky fingers. I wonder if actually because sticky fingers has the plus 10% MP, right? And I think it's 20% spirit and 20% magic. And you have to wonder if those, because I know the 30% should outweigh that extra 10% from the magic, but it's not a bad stack considering, like, Banish, if you, for some reason, use it like I do every once in a while, it'll get that bonus from having the magic plus on there. It's still not going to do shit for damage, but it's nice to know it's doing a little bit more,
Sure.
But
for 100%.
Yeah. I mean, but definitely her mentality TM is fucking amazing. And then we have the most controversial one, which is where I'm going to probably argue with you next week.
Yep.
The TM from
Dingus.
Yes.
The Dingus TM.
You go ahead and drop that one, man. Drop it. What's it called?
Letter in Arms. It's Letter in Arms, and increases magic 50% when equipped with a sword. And the thing is, though, there are rumors that it stacks. But I don't feel like it would stack. There are rumors that are saying it would stack. but like it just seems like Letter in Arms is the same thing as Blade Mastery, and Blade Mastery
Blade
doesn't stack.
Mastery, yep. I think it's the same thing as Blade Mastery or any of those other abilities, like any of the killer abilities that have. So I mean, unless somebody has a native ability where it's equip a sword and get magic strength, then I don't think this is going to be a very useful thing.
It's the problem with it is it's a TM.
Yeah.
It's a TM first off, and they take forever to get. Like unless you get so many dinguses, you can fuse them all together and grab one, then you got one. But other than that, like I just don't see farming this because it is so there are so few people in this game, units in this game that are going to use it, and even then it's arguable to even use it in my opinion. Like obviously you can make points. Like Tech, you're probably gonna make some points to me next week. And be like, hey man, check this out. I'm like, whoa, but like right now it's still arguable. So like, are you telling me you're gonna farm Letter in Arms? What are you going to farm this TM over?
Well,
like, you gonna really put this in your TM
this is what I'm going to say. If it does stack, then it would by far beat everything. Because that would be 50%, 50%, 50%, 50%. That's all you really need to do. Or you could just do the total 2 of those TMs for 100% and then drop some other shit on somebody else. So say it was X Death or Golbez. You can bring them into an amazing place. You really could. But you'd always have an enhancer on until... you find something better. Unless you want to do some actual like melee DPS, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, but it's the units I could see it working on are X Death, Ramza, and maybe Bart's. But it's like it's weird, man. We have to do the math.
Golbez, right?
Worth it because I think it's only going to give you a small amount of magic over not running it, like more. I know it sounds weird, but like doing the math, it's like small margin. But I mean, like, what if you have 2 arc rods and you dual 2 arc rods? Maybe when we get to a 6-star unit, maybe like a 6-star X Death, and he has a higher base magic, then maybe that's when it takes over. For right now, I just don't see it yet. Maybe you can prove me wrong.
Going off of just simple math, right? If you have a magic user, say X Death, and his base attack is at least 100. I'm sorry, base magic is at least 100, and you can equip 2 of those TMs if it stacks. That is plus 100%. If it stacks,
it stacks the armor. I mean, the argument's over. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Awesome.
If it stacks,
if it doesn't stack, if it doesn't stack, dual wielding, 2 of the Omni rods.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Because the difference is you take 50% of your magic, your base magic, and then that difference has to be more than the difference between 91 and 23. Right? Because 23 you get from Enhancer, and then 91 you get from this. So it has to be more than that. I don't know. It's close.
I don't know.
It'll be close. It'll be like 4 or 5 magic difference probably until we get a 6-star. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll do some math. Come at you next week. You'll have an argument, and I'll tell you to shut up, and it'll be fine.
True enough. All right. So now that we're done with the TMs, let's talk about my Void Woman, the Call of Darkness, the Cloud of Duty, or as she's properly known, the Cloud of Darkness.
The Cloud of Dankness.
Yes, sir.
This is a meme machine waiting to happen. There's so many memes.
It's so many, indeed. How have you got yours up to level 100 yet?
I do have mine at level 100. I'll tell you what I have equipped on her attack.
Okay, now we're both going to compare. Go ahead.
All right, my equipment is Rising Sun and Excalibur. What's your equipment?
My equipment is 2 Rising Suns.
In your face.
Yeah, you beat me on that one. You
also, I'm an idiot and fucking farmed Garland to him.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But I do find it interesting. I have her sitting on Diablos right now, and she's even with just those, and like she has some really mediocre gear on her, like a Frost Ring and a Hyper Wrist, and
that's what your COD has.
Yeah, like I have very little gear to give her because I don't have any. I don't have too many things. Yeah, and she's still seeing a 480 attack.
Yeah, she's insane. Her attack stat is awesome.
So I'm just looking at the stuff. Like I'm probably gonna gear her up correctly for later. I don't know what that noise is. It's really bugging me.
Is it from me?
Yeah, I think it is. Every time you talk, I hear it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna.
No, it's probably me. No, I think it's on me, Tech, man. Because there are people outside using some kind of fucking machine. So I apologize. Yeah. I'll probably just hear it from me.
Now I understand. Okay. So, but either way, yeah. So COD, she gets some really interesting skills at freaking
6-star.
at her 6-star. Yeah, she has
Yeah.
let me see here. Not only does she have a shitload of magic for some reason now. I don't know if that's because of my. I don't know why she has all this magic, but she also has some cool skills. She gets let's see here, Man-Eater Plus, which increases her shit from 50% to 75%. Very awesome.
There's actually rumor, like not rumors, but people are saying that Man-Eater and Man-Eater Plus stack on her. That
I
sounds
wouldn't
weird,
doubt
right?
it, actually. And no, I actually
Yeah.
kind of believe that, man, because I did some
They're
testing.
different abilities.
Yeah, they are two different abilities, and I did some, like, I let her pretty much farm her own EXP during my leveling today. And when she was hitting regular stuff, she was hitting them for, like, I'd say, I don't know, normally 8,000 damage. And when she hit a freaking when she hit a freaking human enemy, she was hitting them anywhere between 13,000 and 18,000.
Damn, dude.
And on crits, it was like 22,000. I mean, it was just insane how much more damage she was doing.
It's awesome. Yeah, so like, they're stacking up, which is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
nuts.
She just destroys them, man. She destroys them. Then she also has let's see here. Oh, go ahead. You were gonna say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Man-Eater a little bit because you can also get Man-Eater from Diablos on her.
Yeah, yes you can.
Stack that up, and then there's a new weapon coming out from the next trial that is a mace that I think has Man-Killer on it also, or Man-Eater on it also.
Yes,
so like,
indeed.
anytime you fight a human boss or a human trial, COD is just like the go-to destroyer.
She sucks their soul out, and that's it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she really does. So anyway, on to her next ability. She has what? Comeback? Or at least this is the next one on my list. No, I take it back. Aura Ball. We'll talk about that one. It's a reduce attack, silence all enemies. So it's a power break without damage, and it silences people. Kind of cool. Not as useful as I'd like it to be, but kind of cool.
I think you're going to see usefulness in that tech in PvP. Let's say you're against the mage team, you have a 40% chance to silence them all. I think you're going to be pretty happy if that silence procs. So I think
this is true.
Like you're saying, like, yeah, it kind of looks kind of useless in a way against most PvE content, like against monsters, bosses, things like that. But against actual units in the PvP realm, whenever we do get that, seems kind of okay. I mean, 40% is a lower chance. It's not 50, it's below 50-50, but shit, man, if it procs, hell yeah.
Yeah, true that, man. True that. And she also has Omni Veil, which boosts all of her elemental resistances, which can be truly amazing if you were using something like, I think it's Garnet's TM, Melody of Life, if you have a Minerva Bustier, and I think there's something else that you can also slap on some rings if you really wanted to for some extra elemental resistance, depending on what
there's all kinds of
what
stuff.
Esper you're using. Yeah. So I mean, you can essentially make her immune to magic. Magic.
I mean, she literally has 50% resist to all magic elements already.
Yeah.
Before
I'm not gonna
this,
say maybe not magic damage in general. I guess if it's non-elemental, it would still hit. But if do we have? Yeah, we have non-elemental. Yeah, we do. If it's as long as it's an elemental magic damage, she's pretty much good. She's not getting messed up at all. So I don't know. What do you think about her Omnivale, man?
Omnivale, it seems good. It'll be in certain situations when you think, hey, I'm about to take a shit ton of damage from. Because, like, let's compare that to, like, a bar spell that you can cast, right? Like, what is the bar Phyra? Like, what is that? Like, how much does that give you? It gives you 50%. So, like...
Yeah, 50%.
50%. Maybe if a boss is going to smack you a couple times in a row with different elements, maybe it would be okay. It seems cool, but I'm trying to... Like, I don't know where we're going to use it yet.
I think, if anything, we're going to be using it more in these events, because if we look at what they did with the last event, say the Giant of Babel, right? You needed those bar spells, period.
You did.
You needed them.
Yeah.
It would have even been better if you had the God spells, because they have, I think that's 80% resist, if I'm not mistaken. And so I can see her being very situational with Omni Veil, because there aren't a lot of bosses out there that are doing multi-spells. But she can definitely protect herself if need be.
Yeah, and she covers all your bases too if you think about it. Like
She
you don't have
does.
to have Barfira, Water, things like that. I mean, she just covers everything for you. I mean, I know it's at a 20% discount. You're not only going 30% instead of 50% that we looked up, but she got everything covered, and you open up materia slots that maybe before you were taken up. You don't have to run the materia slots anymore. So definitely strong, man. Actually thinking about it, that seems pretty good.
Yep.
Well, actually.
Then she also has Comeback, which is like Asunga, pretty much, or Asunaga, however you want to say
Yeah, I like
this.
that. I like the way you put that. Yeah, Sunaga.
It's pretty damn efficient. I think the only thing it doesn't get rid of is what? Petrify and Disease, right? Yeah,
right.
Petrify and Disease. So I think that's a pretty goddamn good spell, and it only costs 20 MP. So
yeah,
I think I can sacrifice a barrage for that. You know what I mean?
Sure, for sure, man.
Yeah, if the whole team gets destroyed, why the hell not? Cure all their status ailments. And then she has the last ability, Call of the Void. Deal partial unmitigated dark elemental damage to one enemy. I haven't used it yet. Have you tried it out yet?
I have not. I've been always using Barrage, but the dark physical damage with ignored defense is similar to Lunith's and Black Cat Lids and Lightning's abilities because they ignore the defense, stuff like that.
Right.
But actually, Lightning does the lightning thing down. But like the dark physical damage on it is kind of scary to me because I've heard. See, I don't know everything in the future, but anything that has an element tagged onto it, and that being your hardest hitting ability, which we could argue Barrage might be harder, but I think they really went for this as their big 6-star ability. It's kind of rough because if a boss has dark resist on it, you're gonna not be able to use it, right? It's not gonna be as useful. That's what's rough. But what's good is that in this event, dark is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be dark, back in black, baby.
I'll agree. It is pretty damn badass then. But yeah, so essentially, I think that's all the new shit she gets. I think she also get like attack plus 30% or something like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she gets status resist up to 30%. So she's going to resist all the status elements by 30%. And then I do think we need to touch on her limit break, specifically for PvP. She's going to do physical damage to all your opponents, and then blind. Yeah, it's 40% blind. So she has like, I'm against like mages. I can try to silence you. And I know it's a limit break, so it's not as you're not going to be able to use it on the spot. You have to build it up. But 40% blind is strong. And then also in PvP, man, they're hitting you with status elements. Throw like a ribbon on her, which is a Kefka TM for people out here didn't know what ribbon was. It knocks all the status elements. You can't get status affected, and then you have comeback. So in PvP, she seems like a rock star to me, Tech. I mean, she seems like very durable, good PvP user. And I know that PvP isn't out yet. People are like, some people might be like, whoa, there's PvP. Yes, there'll be PvP, and I think at this point it's coming soon. So this unit seems spectacular for that.
Yeah, I'm truly excited about Cloud of Darkness. The Call of the Darkness is real on her. She's going to fuck some people up, and I am very pleased that I have one. And for anybody who does have one, definitely get her to 6-star. I mean, it's a easy enough pull, 3-star base if I'm not mistaken. You can level her up and get her awakened reasonably quick. And she should be a reasonable addition to your party. Even with the crappy gear that she has available at the moment, she can still do some pretty decent damage, especially versus some man in general. She'll just wreck them.
Humans are done for.
Yeah. But alright, so that's the banner. That's Cloud of Darkness. I guess next up we can talk about what you were messing around with earlier, the Crystal Tower, yeah?
Yeah.
It goes in what? You have a beginner, advanced, pro, elite,
and intermediate is after beginner. But yeah.
Okay, beginner.
It goes all the way up to elite again. Yeah. And it's going to be similar to what you had to deal with in the Giant of Babel tech, where like you'll have a little bit of an exploration to do. You'll have some treasure chests, then you fight a boss. And then the next time you actually don't have to fight the boss again because in the tower, the Giant of Babel, you had to fight the boss, then fight the next boss, right? So beginner, you would fight 2 bosses. So in this one, you don't do that. You just go through and fight the next boss, and then you go through and opens a little bit more of the exploration. You fight the next boss, and it keeps going until you get to the final boss. And also this isn't one that you grind, guys. So Again, it's just like the Giant of Babel. You don't have to grind this. It's one-time completion rewards. The completion rewards go as follows. There's the beginner exploration. When you complete that, you're going to get 100 lapis in your pocket. Not much to talk about there. You just get a little richer. The intermediate, you're going to get a royal sword tech, but it's attack plus 37. So
yeah, it's kind of.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not garbage. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, it is.
It is.
Advanced exploration is going to give you the reflect mail. Defense 46, spirit 10. Force armor is better, right?
I think so. Force armor, I think, is 51.
Yeah.
I don't remember the resist or the spirit.
51, 13. Yeah, it gives you a 51 defense, 13 spirit, and then it gives you fire, ice, and lightning resist by 10%. So, yeah, so I guess...
Sounds better, yeah.
Way better. And, I don't know what you're using this on. Maybe
I mean, I guess it's good for somebody who doesn't have force armor yet?
Yeah, true, but, like... Is advanced exploration harder than the Chimera? I don't know. I actually don't know, so...
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Pro exploration, you'll get the Mighty Hammer, which is fucking sick, dude. Like, only because it's
hammer.
like... Yeah, it's like Thor's lightning hammer or something, man. It has attack 72, HP 15%, and it has the lightning elemental on it. This thing is, for me as a comic book fan, it's like a nerdgasm for me, man. It's just like, I don't know. And we were talking about it. And we're thinking maybe you equip this on Warrior of Light, because you can equip hammers and you get the 15% HP on it. What do you think, Tech?
Depends. Depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
I have, I'm going to try it out later. The 15% HP would definitely be nice. But for me, I don't know. I have a build that I'm working on for Warrior Light. That's going to involve like 3 HP plus 30% TMs. Yeah. I haven't figured out what the last TM is going to be yet, but it'll be something cool. And then 2 bracers and some other stuff. So, I mean, my Warrior Light would be sitting somewhere around 9,000 HP. Do I really need... Is it necessary for me to push this dude up to, like, 9,300? I don't know.
Well, probably not. I mean, for people that don't have the other HP things like you're talking about, it probably will be good on their tank. But the problem is, like...
Yes, indeed.
Hammers, they're kind of rare who can wield them, to be honest. I think, like, sure. I don't remember. I think Black Hat Lid can use it. Do you know of any other hammer users?
Hammer users. There's that Friends Point unit that can use it. I honestly don't know who else uses a hammer. I've never really considered using hammers, so... I know, it's the first one, so it's going to make us definitely think and look into that a little bit more. Kind of a fun item. I don't know, I really like it. I'm excited to have it, just to mess around with and just be a goofy nerd with it. But I think it's really good for, like, as long as you have a unit that can use it. It's 72 attack, 15% HP. The lightning element can come to bite you in the ass later, but shit, man, that's a great weapon for free. Like, you're getting it for free, you got to be pro. Bart's and
72
Furion
attack.
Should be able to, right?
Bart's and Furion? Yeah, dude. Let's look. Let's see, Bart's probably equips everything, right? He has a lot of things.
Just about, yeah. He
doesn't have hammer, dude.
He literally doesn't have hammer. He doesn't have hammer. Okay.
No, let's look at Furion.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Furion can equip every. It looks like everything. Right. Yeah, he can equip it. So.
All right, Furion.
I mean, I know he becomes OP later on, so maybe it'll be good.
Maybe it will. We'll see. I mean, and then of course after your Mighty Hammer, which I guess is the jewel of this event.
Yes.
You have the final push for that coveted trust removal. Another 10% on somebody's shit. Have you done the elite?
I have done the elite. Yes.
Okay.
So the thing about this event is that randomly, I think after pro, these random dragons can come find you as like random mobs, so like random encounters. And I've only had to fight. You know, I was obviously using my really, really strong team, so I'm gonna need to go back and do a little bit more research for maybe, you know, no TM, more of a free-to-play team. But the green dragon seems kind of easy. I fought the yellow dragon, didn't seem to be that, but the red dragon, I didn't one-shot the red dragon with my super OP team, and when he got to swing back on me, Tech, it almost killed me, my whole team. Oh. So the red dragon, so like you can get lucky, I think, and just go in there and never run into a dragon.
Okay.
But they're super hard if you do find them. Like they're
okay.
Well, the red one for sure. So Right. So if you can run from the dragons though is the thing. So if you have like escape on Kefka or escape on
I don't
somebody
believe
else,
in
you can just
running.
run away.
I don't
Just run
believe
away.
in running. I kill
Well, I mean
everything.
you don't, but somebody out here who doesn't want to fight a red dragon, they might want to run away, get this trust removal.
Oh man, just get out your bow and start shooting into the tail, man. That's how you do
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Freaking yeah, I'm looking forward to this thing because I haven't touched the event yet. I figured I'd do it when I started up later. So I'm kind of excited that they threw some regular encounters in there that can turn into something
That can mess you up. Dude, it's supposed to be random tech, and I swear to God, on my way through Elite, I ran into like 5 dragons. There are people that don't run into any. I'll say this also, like, apparently this Elite, like the last boss, is nothing like Golbez. Like this, if you were trying to compare this to the Giant of Babel, this is way easier. Especially due to the fact that if you have an escape unit, you just run from the dragons and go fight the last boss, and he's not that. It shouldn't be that rough for you. As compared to what Golbez was, because Golbez was a freaking RNG fest sometimes.
So what you're telling me is I don't have to make a custom team. Like when I did the Giant of Babel, I had to like switch out units, put Rosali in, and take Tella and all this other stuff. I can use my regular.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're gonna have to make a special team for this. When I fought him again with my OP team-imed, welled out units, I think one shot him. So he doesn't have that much health. I don't think. I know he does a big fire spell somebody with something. I haven't done that much research, right, Tech? Because like just got done doing it, but he maybe Bar Fire could be useful here for you. The Red Dragon also smacks you with fire spells, so that might be useful for you. They're all humans. All the bosses in this new place are humans, besides the dragons, obviously.
That's a plus.
So yeah, so if you guys have COD, she just turned 6-star. What do we say about COD? Human killer. Take COD and stomp these dudes down. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. All right. Well, do you recommend people trying to do the Elite? Should anybody be able to do this?
I think so. I do believe so. I believe, especially with this banner, you remember you have 2 weeks to do this. This banner and this event is up for 2 weeks. If you get some of these new, new people, especially have Cloud of Darkness, get her up to 100. Get Refia on your team. She has, we didn't even talk about Refia's raise. Like Refia has a full heal raise. So like that's gonna help you. That's one of her biggest things. Refia's just a beast. Like there's so many good things about her. Sometimes you forget. But so yeah, like I think everybody should be able to do this. I know I'm really disappointed they didn't put Cloud of Darkness on a banner to help other people get Cloud of Darkness. But I'm hoping you guys. I think that you guys were able to do Elite. This isn't gonna be like the Giant of Babel where it's really tough. A lot of stuff goes into doing it. I think you guys should be able to get in here and get out, especially if you guys have an escape to get away from the dragons. Just run from them. The one thing I will say, though, is if you kill the dragon, you get a lot of Mega Sight, and I think some of them drop 6-star material, so they might even be worth farming at one
I've
point.
heard this. Yes, I think I read that on Wiki, that it dropped Magicite and some 6-star mats, which I think is kind of cool. So in theory, if you wanted to, you could sit there and just farm this shit up all night.
Sure. It's definitely viable to do that. I mean, talking about the dragons, if you don't want to run from them, you want to kill them and farm them, you could always take Kane because he has the dragon killer, in his kit, and then on top of that, you could farm the friend point dragon killer TM, throw it on somebody, throw it on Kane maybe, and just take down a dragon. He could probably really, really hurt a dragon real quick with both of those on him. So everybody should be able to get that free to play TM just by or friend point TM just by like doing friend point summons, which you guys should have done a ton of because of the whole Metal Gigantoir and the Gill Snappers being added in there this last week, which is over now, sadly. But
it is over. I'm actually a little surprised during that event they didn't have the raid ups that they usually do for fusions.
For experience gains? Oh,
yeah.
No.
That
was sad.
It was. I don't know I'm not really sure what the deal was with that, man. I thought that was kind of I thought those things went hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking of that.
But all right. Either way, it is what it is. I hope everybody did spend all their friends points last week, or at least up till yesterday, to get as many cactars as they could. I think I spent a little over 130K. So.
God damn.
Yeah, I cleared that shit out, man. But either way, all right. So that's the Crystal Tower, and there was nothing else that happened that was major. Though I do want to say I was a little surprised. I think I heard something though about a BF banner.
There's units? A There's a BF global exclusive unit. The name of the unit is Elza, 5-star base going to 6-star. I had never played Brave Frontier. I don't think you either did, Tech, right?
No, I didn't.
But Elza is like apparently like a unit everybody knows, maybe a lot of people like, because we're looking in the comments on Reddit. The way this was picked up again was Nazta, the main mod of Reddit. He's really good at getting the data dumps and things like that. And he found this during one of his data dumps and from the new banner, and it's just got all of her moves. Again, it's a global exclusive, so we've never seen this before. This is only coming to us. This is a new character.
Magic?
Attacker, yes. It's like an attacker. It's like she wants to break down the opponent and suicide herself. She's like a DKC that is also that also breaks down the opponent. In some ways, has some defense breaks. She also has this cool stuff where she likes to boost her own limit break. So that, like, if her limit break is amazing, her limit break says dark damage to all enemies. But if that's really OP, if it has a really big like damaging multiplier on it, that might make her just really strong. Like, you just want to level up that limit break and then start busting people down. She has a lot of moves that fills up her limit break, or at least that's what she wants to do. She also has tech. It's called Dark Favor. Automatically revive caster one time, so auto res on herself, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. While we were sitting here talking about this mysterious character, I did think of one more person who could benefit from Ignis's TM, and that would be Rakshasa. I brought it up. It just popped in my head. Who else could use this? Rakshasa could actually use that TM. Granted, I would not use Rakshasa. I was just saying man, in case anybody hadn't thought about it, Rakshasa could use it. Even if her spell blades do, or his spell blades, I don't know what the frick gender he is. We'll call him mixed for now. Whatever its freaking gender is, you could use that even if the spell blades suck because they're single target. I'm not sure why we get Goss single target spell blades, but hey, whatever, man. Whatever.
Back to what's weird about this Elza thing, Tech? I'm gonna ignore everything you just said to you and say it to me. In the bump, it says Materias, and it says Tablet of Ruin, boost limit burst fill rate, and boost attack by 20% to Elza.
Okay.
Only. So does that mean they're going to have an event, and like the Halloween event, where they had Materia in there? Maybe this one's only for Elza. Could be it. That could be why that says that. I don't think that's her TM, because if her TM is for herself only, because I don't see a TM here. I don't think. So like, is that her TM? Because if that's her TM, it kind of is weird. Like, you wouldn't want to farm a TM, I guess, just for her.
I guess.
She has,
really like that character.
Yeah, true. She's gonna be somebody who uses scythes, things like that. She's a scythe user. You can put the demon scythe on her that you guys got. That's what it says here. But, okay, this is what scares me, though, Tech, is, like, is Tillus going to be on the banner? Like, I think, this is what I think, Tech. This is you can tell me what you think. I think we're having the global exclusive BF banner next week. I think this coming Friday we'll get it. We'll have 2 banners at a time. Now, it sounds weird, but that's what I think.
Doesn't sound so weird to me.
It doesn't? Okay.
No, actually, because, I mean, Final Fantasy Record Keeper, right? You've tried it out. They usually have, now granted it's usually for the same event, but they usually have 2 banners for the same event. And you get to pick and choose where you want to go. Or if you want to pull from both, you know? So I don't see this as a new concept. I think they could pull this off. But go ahead, you were going to say.
Oh, I was just saying, like, if they do have this next banner, I'm just worried that, like, is it going to be the Tilth banner we all were expecting plus Elza? Is it just going to be Elza? Like, I just don't know what they're going to do. I just want Tilth, and I know everybody else wants Tilth, so it's just like, oh. But we at least know that the Brave Frontier collab in some way is guaranteed on Global. Because remember before, we were like, where's it been? Where's it been? Are we even getting it? Is Global getting collabs? Well, this proves for a fact that at least we get some kind of Brave Frontier collab in some form or fashion, and we get an exclusive character in Elza. So
what you're saying is Brave Frontier banner next week. We're calling
That's
it
what
now.
I think.
All right.
That's what I put my money on. That's what I think.
Like I said before, I'm always going to say the Brave Frontier banner is next. So next week, provided we get this banner, it's been called here. We said it first, right?
I'm agreeing with you this time. We're both on there. We're both on there.
All right. Cool. That means I'm gonna have to come up with something next time. If we do get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of exciting. But it's gonna also kind of suck for Refia because unless Tillith stops at 5-star, if she gets her
She does,
6-star at
okay.
the same time, doesn't that mean that anybody who just pulled Refia just got like her character's useless
Yes,
now?
it does, but I don't think they'll give us Tillith 6-star already because Tillith in the Japanese version when it was first released just had a 5-star. She was a 4-star base going to 5-star. I don't think they'll give her 6-star right away, but who the fuck knows the Gumi anymore? Shit, man, they'll probably give us Vargas, Tillith. Like if they give, like I don't know, things could be crazy, but I think Tillith's gonna come out and she's gonna be a 4-star going into 5-star base. She is on the banner, and then
Okay.
that means you could pull her now, or you could pull for her later. She's gonna get another banner where she has, she gets her 6-star awakening. She was on another banner, but remember, guys, these are exclusive units. I know we'll talk about it later when it does come, but remember, any kind of collab, they don't stay in the game, right? They don't stay in the game. They're only there for the same things like the Halloween units or the Crystal Defenders units. They'll be gone. So you have to really pick and choose where you want to summon things like that. But that's just food for thought to think about.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Well, cool. I think we covered everything that needs to be covered.
I think so too.
Could be that time of the the podcast here. Who's got some questions for us? Hook it up, y'all. Hook it up. Meanwhile, let's talk about Rakshasa for a second here.
I'm not. Shut up, dude. I don't even know what that character is.
Oh man, Rakshasa.
She really exists. She's not real.
Garbage, dude. Garbage. I was so excited about her, too. But let's see here. Is Tillith better than Refia? According to the JP rankings, yes. Yes, she
At
is.
6-star.
Yes, at
She's
6-star,
the-
indeed. Yes.
She's the top healing support in JP at 6-star. Yes.
Yes. Destro wants to know if the Brave Frontier banner is limited time only, and I do not think it will be. I believe that they will be added to the pool, but we'll be the only
I don't
ones.
think
Like,
so.
I think the globals will just have access to these characters forever, whereas the JP side won't. That's all.
Why? Why do you think that?
I honestly believe because you can still pull Brave Frontier characters over there, can't you?
Well, they weren't. I think they were limited. I think Tillith was limited.
they
You
limited?
can't pull them. Yes.
Well, if they were limited, then fuck, we're screwed. Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Just now, it was like, yeah,
Gotcha.
that's how it was going to be. I thought.
I don't know. I have a feeling, man. That's a lot of limited characters back to back, man. We already got our.
I know. I don't. That's how it was though. The JP version. That's the way it was.
Was it?
It went crystal. It went BF, and then it went Crystal Defenders. Yeah. So.
Really?
I mean, we obviously had Halloween third.
Well, no,
in there,
I,
so it's
I
like
thought
third
the
one, but-
I thought the Crystal Defender one was like 4 weeks after that one.
Well,
I
I mean,
can
how
see
long has it
them
been
do-
since Crystal Defenders? It's been forever.
But how long ago since we had the Halloween one?
The Halloween
You know
is
what I'm
like.
saying?
What?
Halloween,
Fine.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I get their business. They want to get their money and shit. But man, money. Anyway, all right. What else we got here? Why does Gummy hate me now? I don't know what to tell you, Psychic. I don't know what to tell you. I thought I saw something else in there. Clayky, we got another one here.
Is this something
Boy
funny?
meets boy. It says, how long do we have to wait until Gummy gives Shadow Senpai some... Okay, yep, that was... Thanks for that. Who's Rakshasa? Yeah, it was. Who's Rakshasa? Rakshasa is a character, that goes, I think, from 3-star to 5-star, has the big-ass sword, looks like she should be a Friends Point unit, but isn't. And she has access to Spellblades. She's actually one of the few units in the game that has access to the Spellblade spells or skills, whatever. And she has like a pretty wide range of spell casting or Spellblade elements. Unfortunately, she sucks because of the same issue why Edge sucks, and the same issue why anybody who has ninjutsu sucks. Her spell blades also require, if I'm not mistaken, magic damage to be effective. I'd have to. I can check again to make sure, but I was pretty sure they required magic damage. I'm sorry, magic. The magic stat to be effective. And if they don't, then she just sucks to begin with. I guess we could see if there's a way to make her stronger. I hadn't actually considered her for anything since I got her to 5-star. She just kind of got put on the. I don't even think I could say she put on the bench. I think I locked her in a cellar so that she wasn't allowed to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Let's see. Let me find one. I heard Riku was a top support. Beans, that is true. Riku's pretty strong. I think she has like, was it AoE like all res? Something like that. She's pretty strong. I haven't looked much into her, but yeah, she's one of the top supports. I don't know how good her healing is, but she's more of like a support doing other things. She's up there next to Tillith though, that's for sure.
Ooh, I like this question, man. Wiley Coyote said, "Who is better, Van or Ignis?"
Okay. Do you want me to take it or do you want to answer?
I'm just gonna say who I think is better right now. I'm gonna say Ignis.
Okay.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say it depends on your team. If you have Cecil, Ignis. If you're running a physical damage team, Ignis. The only reason you want to run Van is if you want to use focus and you don't have it on another character and you're running a mage team. That's it. Ignis is better than Van in almost all other scenarios because Ignis has the ability to do some damage and to cure, and that's better than focus because most of the time you're getting focus covered elsewhere, you know what I mean? So, or you're running a physical damage team and you don't need it. So you're right. I think Dingus is somehow better than Van. I don't know how they fucking did that, but yeah, sure.
All right. Dactyl says, "Can you explain best way to farm trust, and also to how long it takes you to get your first Trust Master reward?" The best way to farm trust is essentially you want to go to Earth Shrine. You can either do the first or the second battle, depends on if you're just doing Trust Master or if you also want to do like some TM or not TM, some LB farming. But you want to go into Earth Shrine. You want to keep smashing that over and over and over again. If you're not doing refreshes in between your Trust Master farming, if you're actually waiting for your energy to refill every 5 minutes or so, it should take you anywhere between, I want to say, 38 to 48 days. There's a 10-day window, I think, where you could have had extremely good RNG and got some trust ups really quick. Because I think my first TM took me a little, I want to say it was 38 days for my first Excalibur. Now, if you're doing it with refreshes and you're smashing these out like within minutes, like within a minute of hitting Depart, you can knock out, I think, from a 0 to 100, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, Clay? Does that sound right to you? Maybe 2 weeks?
Yeah, about that. If you spend a lot of lapis, you keep refilling, and within a minute you keep doing it. Yeah, maybe around 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Something
Now
like
there's also another way you can do this. It involves having multiple units. Now the way Trustmaster works, you have to remember, like, every time you get a unit that's a duplicate, you don't want to necessarily sell or smash them in to the other units immediately. If the math works out, I think I forget what the 4 one is, but I'll have to. I think it's 85 divided by 4, whatever the hell that turns out to be, like 21 point something. But either way, if you have duplicate units, you want to take, say you have 5. We use Shadow since he shows up on everybody's stuff, or we can even say Galuf, my buddy. If you have 5 Galufs and you really want that Comet Trustmaster, you can take 5 Galufs and you can put them into the Earth Shrine over and over again. All you got to do is get this dude up to 16%, and then you can smash all of those guys together, and that should equal up to, I think, 80%. And then you take then you also get the 20% for having a Trustmaster bonus of that being the same character. And this works the same way. You just have to figure out what the math is. I know what 5 is, and I know what 3 is, and I know what 2 is. But either way, you just need to do the math and figure out how many of those duplicates you can use in order to get your Trustmaster the quickest way, instead of having to go from 0 to 100.
Yep.
But yeah.
So, I have a few questions I'll answer really quick. Cap says, okay, I spent all my candy corn, I did all the friend point summons, and I'm still out of Metal Gigantoirs for Refia and Arc. What's the best place to level this week? Experience Cave. I would go to the Aquatic Cavern Exploration. It's the newest, one of the newest explorations we have. Inside of there, you get Ice Mega Crisp for Hero Rings and Light Mega Crisp maybe down the road for Exceed Rings, things like that. So that's what I would say to go farm. And what you want to do is you want to take maybe just Refia or Arc. You can put them both in the team and take a really strong friend, and then you want to just do all the encounters that you can, so you run out of encounters, and then just rinse and repeat. I think it's the best. And another one I'll answer really quick is from Blizz. Assuming you have infinite of the new magic rods, how many would you farm? I would say 2 max. I think I'm going to go for 2. That's personally my choice. I don't see myself ever running more than 2 mages, and maybe even more than 1, because if you think about your team in the end, you're going to want to tank, a healer, possibly a support, a physical damage dealer, and you're starting to run out of places on your team. So I don't think I'd be running multiple mages. Maybe down the road I will, so that's why I'm going to have 2, but possibly just have 2 to dual wield on 1 person if you're super OP with TMs. But those are my 2 cents on those questions.
I would go with 8. Because I'm
you're fucking out of your fucking 8?
8! So I can dual wield them on all my mages. Anyway, so there was a question from Best here, Best Viger. It says Ignis or Warrior Light. And I personally would say Warrior Light because Warrior Light holds his sword gangster grip, and that's just amazing.
Warrior Light 100%. Don't even compare Warrior Light to Dingus. I'm done. Not even close, baby. Not even close.
All right, let's see here. I'm looking for something that ends in a question mark, and I'm not seeing any. Oh, there we go. Should I get the 70k Trust Moogle or the 30-minute burst pots? What? Hold up. Huh? Austin, what are we talking about here?
Talking about the Halloween event.
Halloween
he still
event?
has candy corn left over.
I would get the Trust Moogle personally, because even though we are going to get better Trust pots later on down the road, but this is the best Trust Moogle we will ever get. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, we'll get better limit break pots.
Yeah.
It's a close one for me. I mean, Cecil's limit break is pretty strong. If you have a Cecil, you can use them on him, but how many levels you're going to get out of it versus like 10% to a TM that could change your, like, TMs change the game, man. So it's rough. It's hard to say, like, yes, getting a couple more percentages on Cecil's limit break is good, but 10% towards a TM that could possibly change the game, like dual wield, dual cast, these weapons. I don't know. It's a close call. Even on energy spent, it's a close call.
I'm a bigger fan of the Trust Moogle, because I mean if you've already farmed all those up right now, the best Trust Moogle we're ever gonna get is a 10% Trust Moogle, right? The limit burst pots you can get, I think they can bring your shit up by like 1,000 points maximum, something like that. Like the gigantic one, the 5-star ones they have. So you can level your dudes up pretty goddamn quick on that side of the house. So that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
You've already done the farming for the Trust Mogul, essentially. Just get it and call it good, man.
Yeah.
The limit pots are cool, but you can only, that's 3,000's worth of limit pots, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's 3,000, 30 pots, right? So
yeah.
You could also just get the limit pots and then sell the remainder for gil. Entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. But all right, we can take one more question, and then we're gonna get the hell up out of here. Get to the polls.
Yep. Which would be the best TMs to farm first from the actual content? Like dual wield for COD, I would rank them like this: dual wield, Excalibur, DKC's Deathbringer, dual cast. I mean, those are 4 good ones to start on. Yeah, those are the OP ones, though. Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Tech?
If we're talking about specifically for COD, then it's kind of iffy. But if it's overall, then yeah, dual wield definitely. If you have a cheese root, get yourself some blade mastery. Because even if you don't have a Sakura Fubuki, the Chiri Jirodon, I think is still a suitable replacement. Besides that, yeah, Excalibur definitely. You could look at if you're looking at getting your Rising, or I'm sorry, not Rising Sun, your Cloud of Darkness up. You can definitely get your Rising Suns in there. And then I think anything that's like a stat increase, like a big stat increase, you know what I mean? HP stuff. Yeah. I mean, it depends on your team too, though. But
yep.
Yeah, we can have a.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, something else later. Yeah. But anyway, all right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close this this episode out, and we will get to the polling madness again.
Yeah.
So
One
Clay,
text
I'll let you say goodbye now, man.
All right, guys, my name is Clay Cuzold. You probably know me. You can subscribe to me on YouTube, Clay Cuzold. You'll find me there. Twitter, you'll find me at Clay Cuzold. And Twitch, you'll find me at Clay Cuzold. I do want to apologize if you guys heard a lot of noise coming back off my mic. They literally had a huge machine out here cutting down trees, so not much I can do unless I soundproof my house, which maybe I should be more professional and do. And that's it, guys. I'll talk to you next week, I guess.
All right, and as you know, I'm Tech Maki. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/tech_Maki. On Twitter, Tech Maki. On YouTube, Tech Maki. And you can also find me on SoundCloud as Tech Maki. The podcast will be up on YouTube eventually. Same thing with SoundCloud eventually. But we're going to go ahead and get to my stream now for FFBE. And we're going to do, I think, 411 pulls. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes, and thanks for stopping by and enjoying the podcast. Yeah. So.
Yeah, bye, guys.
Yeah, take it easy, everyone. Clake, how long are you going to be here for?
I'm going to stay to your pools or whatever, then I have to do stuff.
Okay, alright. No
Why? Did you need me for something?
Oh, no. I just want to know if you're going to be here like later tonight after I get done.
Yeah, I might. The thing is, I think my buddy wants to go out and have some drinks. I don't know if he's still up for that. If he is, I'll be gone. If not, I'll be here.
All right, cool. Sounds good. All right, well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream, and then yes, we'll get to the polling then. All right, I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys.